but unfortunately, making the news this week was PickMe.
Yes.
For the wrong reasons, unfortunately. So, apparently, there's a database of 4 million records. By the way, 4 million, not a bad number.
Yeah.
It's probably done with me. I mean, like, who wouldn't love to have that?
Yeah, 4 million is totally underrated how hard it is. But
Yeah. So, I mean,
especially the country is only like 20 million.
exactly. I remember the fuel pass had like, I think 7 or 8 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good start. That's the invisible market.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. So, I mean, anyway, PickMe. So, allegedly, a 4 million record database. PickMe claims it's not real or
Yes.
it's like a Google data set. So, yeah, it could be real, it could be not. We don't know.
Yeah.
But how serious is this? Is this really an issue for us?
Like, for me personally, okay, maybe my credit card details maybe a bit paranoid, but like other stuff, particularly, I'm not that lucky.
Okay.
I've lost my credit card so many times in my life. I think so it doesn't bother me that much, but obviously it's a serious issue.
Yeah. It's definitely a data breach. It's a big deal. And it's
If it happened.
If it happened. Yeah. If it happened. But the sad reality is that this is more common. It's just going to happen more because we are just dumping loads of data onto these applications.
Yeah.
Our preferences, what pizza I like, everything is there. How often I order, how much I'm traveling around Colombo.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So Uber gone through it a couple of years back, and companies are taking it seriously. It's not like they're dumping serious money into security products, and we have the talent to back it up as well. But do I really, like, as a user, I need to have some kind of responsibility, right? On keeping my data secure and knowing with whom I'm sharing them.
So, this is the thing, like, I remember, I think you commented on that dude's, I'm so sorry, I don't know who it was, but someone could,
that is hilarious.
they put the ID numbers and everything on a picture on Twitter, right?
It was actually this person's passport picture.
No, remember someone put, not passport picture, someone put some results.
Oh yeah, A-level results.
A-level results.
Yeah, or A-level or O-level.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then that had, everything, right? The ID number. And like, every
Where
time,
they live.
where they live, every time we walk in, right, into a building, they make us fill in our phone number and ID number on a piece of paper.
Shouting loud at Cargills.
Right. So I'm like, honestly, every place I visited, I never put my real ID number when I'm checking that shit out, or my real phone number.
Okay.
And then they ask for your address as well on those books.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I understand they need to know who goes into the building, but like, so, and that's not continuous secure. So, like, if someone wants my ID number, they just need to steal one of those books. Well, they won't get mine. But
yeah. But then,
so I don't know why.
how valuable is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, this PickMe data set, apparently the same guy has been doing it like some other companies as well. The average price of the data set is apparently about $700.
So, what's on the data set?
Apparently names and some credit card information. It was probably some basic stuff.
Yeah.
So it didn't look like it does anything substantial.
Yes.
Such,
That's right.
except for the there were supposedly passwords, hashed passwords. But what PickMe claimed, they actually very rightfully did a few years ago, was moved to two-factor authentication. So they moved to 2FA, the password doesn't really matter. So we all registered using our mobile number. So it doesn't look like the mobile number got leaked. I don't know.
But it, obviously, I don't know what they can do, but it's kind of scary if people can take all of this information for you. But
I mean, going back to that, the A-level results.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a clear case of this Personal Data Protection Act coming in, and it very much being driven, I think, by the corporate sector, the banks, everyone is scared,
Yeah.
you know, these all kind of companies, they can get fined. But what's the government's responsibility? There's a ton of data feeding into that system every day, including financial reporting, to all of these transactions we do. I haven't seen anything in the Personal Data Privacy Act to say like, okay, the government can't misuse our data.
That is more scary. Right? Some random dude in Ukraine or something using my data to buy something. Okay, bad, but I'll get SMS to someone using a credit card, you call the bank, you call the fight, bit annoying. But government having all my data, what time I order pizza, when I'm going in a taxi, that is a little bit. Like it's fine if they have the Data Privacy Act, but like, what are we doing to be like, what information does the government not have?
Yeah.
So that's then some random dude buying some clothes with my credit card.
But it is hilarious, like going back again to filling out forms and doing all of that when you enter places. I was at a retail outlet, I'm not going to name, but because of a famous watch shop in Sri Lanka, and like it was a room the size of this probably, and so on the counter, like sirs and namakian, and like you're shouting out everything, right? And there's about 10 people sitting around you. Right? And she's going into full detail, like this is how much it's going to cost, so they know how much I'm spending on this. Like the guy next door is like looking at my bill, so I mean like, so it doesn't matter, I don't care if they know about it or what, but like clearly how they collect this data is
it's like, I don't know, like, so if there are ways to steal my data, there's like, data we need, there's so much better ways. If all you need is address, credit card details, aside, if all they need is address, ID number, and phone number. Let's go to any of these apartments, pay some dudes like, take the book and you're on.
So does that data really have any value, or like, you know,
definitely thieves haven't found it very valuable. They've only found it valuable by making people afraid. And then charging the company.
It's usually the blackmail.
The blackmail. It's not as if anyone is actually like, you know what I mean? I don't know any place that is buying to do that. Like I'm sure the security is much better now. Like,
it's usually for a Bitcoin ransom.
Like I get your house. Like I don't want people to know my address. Right? I don't want people to know my address. That's a bit messed up. Anything else like my card, just cancel the card.
Like that. You can change banks.
And change banks. And be like, okay.
It's like,
because you're in, like, even like, so if you're in Australia, they have that huge thing with Medibank, and then they have another company of this, it was like huge, and then security became like super big and all that. Again, that was also hacked by some dude not logging out the computer.
Exactly.
That's the way.
So Uber famously got bombarded by OTPs, SMSs, and then finally one guy he just gave in and said yes. So I mean, again, like social engineering is a big part of it.
It's not the technical side. So
clearly that's important, but
well, it is important, but I think because there are like really smart people working on that sort of thing, right? There are really smart people working on it, so it's like the really smart bad dudes is really smart dudes, and it's come to a certain level, right?
It's become probably one of the most interesting spaces in kind of traditional IT right now. It's definitely quite hot. But and then they're spending a lot of money. A lot of products, and I mean we reviewed a couple recently. I mean they're using AI a lot, and it's pretty good. So it's good to see that kind of innovation coming from that side of things as well.
But would blockchain solve all this? Like if I had some, like, I don't know, we just got it blocked. Like if I had all my personal details on blockchain, but every time it's accessed, there is a notification that it's accessed.
Sure. If you set it up. that.
If you, like, obviously someone has to set that up and do it, right?
But it's the same. You get that right now in bank account.
No, but I don't. Oh, yeah. But I don't see every time someone has to check my details, right? Not to that degree, right?
Yeah. So it depends if your data's on a private blockchain or a public blockchain. So you probably wouldn't do all of that in a public blockchain. I mean that's again where issue comes up with blockchain and kind of, for example, the corporate sector they've been trying so hard because blockchain became the discussion like I don't know 10 years ago something like that. And yeah, they